Okay, first of all three of us are only patching up the education system. Patching up, what I mean by that is none of us is trying to replace the public education system in Pakistan. Mr. Umair has this idea of 1 hour or 2 hour or 1 day workshops which combine to motivate and encourage the students. Ms. Maimoona has another idea about how to take up the learning achievements of younger primary level students through something remote. There's one engagement, there's another remote, and what I'm doing or what our NGO is doing is engagement, continuous, group, presence, and for at least 2 weeks or 1 to 2 week engagement camps. So this is the scenario. Okay, what I wanted to tell you is, okay, there's this block, what's there for? What I meant to say is, I wasn't born to be here. I stumbled across here. I got here somehow. So another thing that you all should take home out of my talk is how to get here. How to make a social enterprise or social initiative. Okay, so when I was 6, I played with my carpenter's discarded wooden blocks and tried to make houses out of that. Yeah, I'm so smart. So, and then later, and when I was 12, I bridged the Strait of Hormuz, this with Iran and Oman. Yeah, well, in my head only. So yeah, it's just 80 kilometers, but I wanted to do it because of all that Islamic countries should meet and bridge together, and it's not exactly the biggest strait on earth. What came next? Then I went to my 9th grade and I started playing SimCity, and I thought, well, I could plan cities and build them and manage them. But what happened really? I did not do any of that. When I started to look for these dreams in the real world, I found out that all I could find is this diploma in urban planning from the UET or maximum the civil engineering. Now, it was drowned out by the same tirade of scope nahi hai. Heard this before? Yeah. So did I. But as it happened, thankfully, my dreams as dreams morph, mine changed too. But this one still held me there in the building bit. Oh, he's not here yet. Okay, so in the building bit, what I wanted to build was connections and bridges between people, not the lands anymore. How did I get there? I met this guy, Imran Sarwar. He's a fellow graduate of LUMS, and we wanted to build together. His energy, his passion got me here, reassured me that yes, we all have to do something. We already heard that. We do need to do something. But I could have been just another of those who think that they want to do something and don't know how to do it. Let me show you something. I'm sure a lot of you would have already seen this. This is where I learned how to do things. This is what I was part of and learned how to be a part of something big and make it even bigger. Method, ideals, and team. These are the take-homes out of this experience of my last 4 or 5 years, 4 YLESs. And today I stand here doing those things, applying those things. And yes, you've already heard Dr. Sakib today. He and Dr. Kamran Chams are the two people who got me here, who got us here in terms of supporting us, guiding us, and really giving us the ground to build upon. Keep distinguishing what I'm talking about and what the other two have already talked about in terms of how to get there. You need people, you need mentors, you need friends, you need team, and then you can do something. I have created bridges, but these ones I love more. Between young children of our society who I think who have been left out, as she's already used a very nice word, underclass, undereducated underclass. Another dimension I want to take you to. This one is not just about underachieving in terms of what you can write and what you can read. That's definitely there. Why am I doing this? Because I wanted to learn in a manner. And then I got here, I graduated and everything. Then I thought maybe if I didn't get that, I should teach in that manner. What really went wrong? I went to school. I was given a certain few ideas. I was holed in this narrow bubble of knowledge by which I could not identify these things. I'm sure you all identify these things, but I could not. I, as a student, as a brilliant student of my school, still was disconnected from the world out there. I did not understand what communism or capitalism or what world wars have done to the land I live in or brought up. I hope you all do. And what you would know is certainly out of the scope of our curricula again. So yes, what do we identify actually, or what these students identify? These people? No, none of them. The only Nobel laureate, the famous historian of Pakistan, the Parsi writer, or the inventor of HDI index, which measures UNDP's ranking of human development all over the world. But we don't know these people because these are the only people we're told to know. Our figures, my figures, are masculine, Muslim, brave soldiers only. Muslim. Well, old or new? They're all the same. Let me clarify that, especially in today's scenario, I am not someone who's trying to dissuade you from the whole nationalistic jargon. I'm just saying perhaps there's more. Manto, Dullah Bhatti, the famed Punjabi warrior against the Mughals. Against the Mughals? Weren't they the Muslim emperors of India? Well, maybe there's more to history. Or then that guy who doesn't look like a Sikh, but he has a name which ends at Singh, and we cannot identify them because they are not brave masculine Muslim heroes. And then, what are they? They are uncomfortable ideas, events, cultures, which we as a nation try to remove from our imagination, especially our young imagination, by simply not mentioning them in our books, in our education system. Let's remove that, and then we'll all be a good, happy Muslim nation. Well, yeah. We're all producing good, happy Muslims in what conditions? So this is my education. Leave that apart. Let's move to the kind of people Ms. Mamoona was talking about, or even perhaps better than that. We, in a way, piloted our whole thing at the pilot school, Wadat Colony, Lahore, Wadat Road, Lahore. This is what we saw: decrepit infrastructure, tunnel vision curriculum, no encouragement for further or analytical reading, discouraging questioning. Someone mentioned Steve Jobs. Stay hungry, stay curious. No curiosity anymore. Promoting regurgitation. and does not provide for trips, means of exploration of the world. And finally, at the end of the tunnel, there's an exam. There is an exam that enforces all of the above. What do we do now? Before what we do, let's just count off 4 things that went wrong. First, that we are not producing good learners. We're not allowing them their opinions, questions, obviously, and limited scope of knowledge. Second, forgot the second. So second, let's make the third one the second. They are examinations. So what we're giving them is a set ideology. Is that the ideology of Muhammad Ali Jinnah? You're free to go to your temples, you're free to go to your mosques or to any other place of worship in this state of Pakistan. No, this is not the one. This is the one we are taught is making us into this. Because we are told that all that goes wrong is out of the conniving Hindus, the shrewd British, and the conspiratorial Jews. We profess ourselves as superior out of our professed religions. We are not allowed to question. And this is, I think, what we all will be or are already. What to do? Glimmer of hope? Rabbt. Why? Because a lot of us, a lot of you, find ideas or want to teach maybe, but don't have the platform to do it. A lot of us, not here perhaps, want to teach, want to learn, but do not find the right infrastructure. Let's bridge the two. Let's give them a platform and create places like this. How did I do it? So this is the summary, which I want you to all perhaps note down when you go home. Do it methodically. What did I do? Me and my friend went to the school, sat down in the English and math classes to learn what really is going wrong. The English wasn't in English, obviously. And the maths was perhaps better, but there was no permission to seek what you want to seek, X. Anyways, maths and algebra, that's where we led ourselves to creating a diagnostic test so that we can know where they're lacking and where they're not. And then creating curriculums and contents. And then creating a place, creating interviews, a place where people can feel comfortable. A lot of people that came in for the interviews, second judge asked, what are you doing? But well, this is perhaps we have all forgotten. Doing productive work while having fun. And this is what we wanted to do. And we did it. Our marketing team, our recruitment through teachers, everything was done in this simple manner. We're not formal intellectuals, as already someone said. But we're simple teenagers or a little older people who want to do things. One more thing that I want you all to realize, perhaps you all already do, that this is a good time to do good. How? Your cell phones. A 1-minute call does not cost more than a rupee today. Emails, social media, Facebook, free. Free marketing for all. And then there is Google. Google Docs, Google Forms. One of you helped me out with that. That we all shared information from volunteers all over the city for now, but also from other cities on what they wanted to do with different individuals in our team across spaces without any single penny spent. So this is the method that I want you to note down. What to do? Work hard. Meet as often as you need to. And then teach yourself what you might not know. Then, what does Rabbt stand for? Rabbt realized that today it needs to focus on 4 areas. That narrow knowledge base that I already mentioned. Aesthetics, expression, and critical thinking. How to give you all those? A knowledge base was drawn out of the same old mathematics, also philosophy and history. Yes, 9th graders in pilot school, government pilot school, Wadat Colony, Lahore, 20 rupees per month is their tuition fees. And yes, they did it. Philosophy, history, mathematics, English, aesthetics, art and drawing and drama, expression, public speaking. How did we teach public speaking? These are the kids. They taught them the same lingo that we all use in parliamentary speaking, and taught them how to differentiate fact and opinion. We told them he looks like Socrates. Well, we told them what Socrates is and what to do with him. And then brought the world to them. World wars, as I mentioned. She's a German exchange student who talked to the students about the social impact of the world wars. All of that combined. And then finally, art. This is what they did with no prior instruction in art for 8 years in their school. And this is how they responded. As I said, I am humbled. I'm humbled by my other friends. I'm humbled by the capacity that these students have, and yet we've all considered them doomed for lives just because we think that they're underprivileged, underclass, undereducated, and all of that. And yet, we all simply do not dare to seek out and cross over the social divide. The social divide that our education system has already given us. An elite private one, and this. This is how they responded, and we loved it when they learned in sports and played in class. Thank you.